All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon and The Blackest Heart, both published by Simon & Schuster Saga Press. Today, I'm going to be reviewing James R. Benn, his fourth book in the Billy Boyle World War II series. Book number 4 is titled Evil for Evil, and we're going to review it because I love this series. I'm really getting into it, really digging it. We're going to talk about the covers first. You know, I love cover illustration and graphic design. So one thing I love about these things is well, except for the spines are a little, okay, so I got the whole collection up here. Those are the spines. One thing I love about these is the covers are all dope. They're seriously dope. Just look at the cover for Evil, and then the covers for these other books 1, 2, and 3, books which I've already reviewed on my channel. You can go see those reviews. But you see how the covers are all really like sharp, really done by, they've all been done by the same artist. They've got the same graphic design. I love the covers of these books. Absolutely love them. So there's the cover review. Now let's get to the book. What is book number 4 in the Billy Boyle World War II mystery series about? Well, Billy Boyle is a Boston police officer who's been recruited into the World War II as an investigator, a police investigator. His uncle is Ike Eisenhower, and his uncle gives him these assignments throughout the war, like, this thing is going wrong over here, you need to investigate it. This thing is going wrong over here, you need to investigate it. And so far, our guy Billy Boyle has been sent to, like, Sweden and Norway and Africa and Spain and a bunch of different places to investigate things. This time he gets, his uncle Ike Eisenhower sends him to Ireland to investigate some missing ammunition and guns. So now we're talking about the IRA, theft, Ireland, and all of that stuff, and all the things that happened in Ireland during World War II. That's why I wore my U2 shirt, an Irish band, and their album War, U2, Ireland War, World War II mystery set in Ireland. I'm trying my hardest here, folks. I'm trying my hardest. Okay. So this book starts out in Jerusalem with Billy Boyle and his main squeeze, Diana, but they're having some problems. Diana and Billy Boyle, they ain't getting along. And they kind of have like a mini breakup. And so, but then he gets sent to Ireland to investigate. And I'm going to just read from the back because it describes what he's investigating better than I can do it in my... So, 50 Browning automatic rifles and thousands of rounds of ammunition have been stolen from the U.S. Army base in Northern Ireland. A few miles from the depot, the body of a known IRA man has been found with a bullet in his head and a pound note in his hand, the mark of an informer. Fearing a German-sponsored IRA uprising. By the way, this book has got a lot of history about the Germans and the IRA and how Ireland almost sided with Germany in the war because Ireland hated the English. Anyway, General Eisenhower, Billy's uncle by marriage, sends him to recover the weapons before more damage is done. But with family ties to the Republican cause, Billy struggles to remain impartial to the Catholic Protestant divide, especially as bodies accumulate. This is a great story. This is probably my favorite Billy Boyle mystery yet. I learned so much about Ireland and the Irish history during World War II than I did not know. Not only that, but I learned more about the IRA, and I've read a lot of Cold War thriller novels that talk a lot about the IRA, like Patriot Games by Tom Clancy, like a bunch of stuff by Robert Ludlum. I mean, there's just tons. of stuff about the IRA. I mean, I grew up in the 80s when the IRA, they were letting off car bombs in the middle of Dublin, Ireland. It seemed like every night it was on the news. So I know that the IRA was a huge terrorist organization back in the day. And then it just sort of stopped overnight, stopped cold, But anyway, I didn't realize that this IRA history and this Irish history and this hatred they had for England went back to World War II and World War I. And I mean, and you get such a rich history. I mean, James R. Benn, one of the reasons I love these World War II books is the history he teaches you about the world and about the war as he's telling you these great murder mysteries set in the war, during the wartime. And these things are rich with history. And this one in particular with Irish history and the IRA. Now, so does our main guy, Billy Boyle, he's kind of semi-broke up with his girlfriend, Diana, who he's had a lot of adventures with in these first 3 books. And now he's kind of on the outs with her. They're taking a break. As Ross and Rachel did in the show Friends. They're on a break. And so does Billy Boyle get himself a little Irish girlfriend? I mean, there's this girl named Slane O'Brien. And I'm telling you, she a hot one. She a hot one. And does Billy Boyle... Well, we won't get into it. I'll let you read. I'll let you see. I'll let you figure that one out when you read the series. I love these books. I love these books. I loved this mystery. And James R. Benn does such a great job once we get to Ireland and we start getting involved in this mystery of the missing rifles and ammunition and the IRA insurgents and things like this. I don't know if they're insurgents, but anyway, that word is just in my head lately. But anyway, I love this stuff, because Billy Boyle is an Irish cop. He's from Boston. And he struggles with this stuff. And there's this great passage on page 24 that kind of describes his struggle, because he kind of sympathizes with the Irish cause, because he Irish. And let me read this part here. And then this is a guy asking him, are you one of the, and this actually might be Slane asking him, I can't remember the scene, but his new girlfriend, or maybe his new girlfriend, are you one of those Irish Americans who romanticizes the brave lads of the IRA? Raising pints to them on your Boston bars and crying great rivers of tears when Danny Boy plays. Do the pipes call to you, Billy Boyle, from glen to glen and down the mountainside? I think they must, even in Boston, but you never answer them, do you? You send your money and your guns, your sons of the Erie, but you not yourselves, so you never see the agony you cause as you keep open the great wounds of our nation. Well, now the pipes have called, and you must answer, Billy Boyle. You must. I love that passage, because Billy Boyle is kind of torn between his Irish heritage and what he knows of the IRA and what's the reality on the ground. And Slane is sort of calling him out on this. I swear to God that was Slane talking to him. I'll edit this part out and we'll edit the right information in. I swear to God I will. But anyway, I love these books. It's one of my favorite new mystery series that I found because the covers are dope. The spines are a little odd, but the stories are absolutely dope. Dynamite. I give Evil for Evil, my favorite one, book number 4, my favorite one so far. I give it 9 out of 10. I will do 9.25 out of 10. It's that strong. That's strong.